Hi, I'm Peggy at Portraits by Peggy. Today we're going to talk about the actor's resume. Now, obviously, your headshot is very important. It is literally the biggest part of your marketing strategy. It is what is going to catch the casting director's eye. It's what's going to get you in the door. But there's more things that you need to know about. So today I'm going to talk about the resume. Now, obviously, it's 2018. I hope everyone is using casting profile sites, LA Casting, Casting Frontier, Actors Access, all of these sites. I hope you're all taking advantage of that. And make sure that when you're filling those out, you fill them out properly and you keep them up to date. In other words, every single time that you book a job, you go in and change your resume, update it, keep it current. It is so important that you keep your resume current. Now, I'm going to talk to you a little bit about your printed resume because as we know, you don't need your printed headshot and your printed resume all the time, but you do need it. And when you need it, you should have it and it should be perfect. So obviously, your headshot is standard 8x10. It's a standard 8x10 headshot. Normally has a border around it and your name on the bottom. On the back is where you're going to have your resume. So when you print out a resume from your printer, it is going to print out 11.5 by 8. That is a standard piece of paper. You are going to need to get a paper cutter and cut that down to an 8x10 size so that it fits perfectly on the back of your resume. You're going to take that and you're going to staple one staple on the top and one staple on the bottom, and that's it. You don't need to staple all the way around it. You don't need to put 15 staples on it, one on the top, one on the bottom. Your resume should always be a real standard resume. Now, I suggest that you put a small headshot on the back of your resume, preferably one that's not your headshot that you use, so you kind of get that extra little, headshot in there. You don't have to do that. But make it standard. Do not do anything crazy. Don't use a crazy wild font that's hard to read that you think is going to, be great. Because like everything in the industry, you want to stand out. That's, you understand you're in the sea of headshots and you want to stand out, but you don't want to be annoying. You want them to be able to easily read the information they need, easily find the information they need. You don't want them looking at your resume going, but wait, where's... So use a standard form. It's there, and it makes life easier on them because they're used to looking at something and knowing where to find it. So make sure that you don't do anything crazy because it's not going to help you. It's going to hurt you. If it's hard to read and they get frustrated with it, boom, they're just going to go to the next person because remember, they have a lot of options. So standing out is not necessarily, it's a catch-22. So be careful with what you do and, as far as standing out. So keep it a very professional, easy to read font. Keep it very, very formatted. Now, what do you need to put on your resume? If you are on TV shows, on episodic things, you need to put what your level is. Are you a co-star? Are you a guest star? What level were you? You need to put the show name and the level. You don't necessarily need to put your character's name. That's not important. Basically, let's see, NCIS, co-star. Boom, that's all you need. Now, if you are on a movie, a full featured movie, you're going to need to know, are you a supporting actor? Are you, what level? Now, in theater, you're going to want to put the theater that you performed in, the name of the play, and then you can put your character's name if it's a theatrical, a stage theater. The other things that are super important, especially if you don't have a ton of credits, your education. What school did you go to? What classes have you taken? What acting teacher have you studied under? Have you done improv classes? What training have you had? Put all of your training in there. That is so important. That's going to help a lot. They want to see that you have training and that you are working on this and you're taking this seriously and you're bettering yourself. Your skills, definitely put your skills in there. What skills do you have? Can you ride a bike? Can you juggle? Can you, what skills do you have? Try to make them relevant, but also be creative, put a little personality into it. But again, keep it professional, keep it short. You don't want anything that's going to, be weird. So definitely make sure you list all of your skills. Do you speak a language? Are you really good at accents? What skills do you have? Make sure you put that in there. Now, when you're sending these headshots out, if you're mailing them or dropping them off somewhere, make sure you put them in an envelope they fit in. Do not fold them, or find an envelope that an 8x10 picture and resume will fit in without being folded. Now, it's also absolutely a great idea to put a short, precise, down to the point cover letter. So if you're sending this off to an agent because you want to get a new agent, make sure that you put a little cover letter in there. If you've never met them before, make sure you put Mr. or Miss or, sir or ma'am, something very professional. If you have met them before, then it's fine to say Susan, blah, blah, blah. Dear Susan, hi Susan, hello Susan. It was so great to meet you at such and such event, Let them know that you have met in person and where it was that you met, give them a little reminder. The cover letter should be very much your personality show through, but it should also be very short. Don't give them a whole long drawn out life story, how you're pursuing acting and all the hurdles you've gone through and don't do that. Nobody's going to read it and nobody's going to take the time to do that. Short and sweet. Tell them why you can help them with their project. If it's an agent, tell them why you're going to be beneficial to their agency. What do you have to offer them? Don't make it about give me, give me, give me. Make it about what can I do for you? I saw you had this project that you're casting and this is why I would be so good for it. What can I give you? Always remember that when you're there to give, that's attractive to people. People want people that aren't there to mooch and give me, give me, give me. So be there and let them know, short, precise, why you would be a fit for their agency, why you would be a fit for their project, why you are sending them this headshot. I'm sending you my headshot because I would be great to help you with blah, blah, blah. Another thing that's super important is make sure there are no grammatical errors, make sure there are no typing, spelling errors. Have someone proofread it. Now, I am the master of typos. I can mess up my own name. I can misspell my own name. It's a thing. So I know this. So I always make sure that I run it through spell check, I run it through grammar check, and then I have someone read it. Because sometimes another set of eyes will find things that you don't because you're writing it and reading it. This is important. This is something that is helping you get a job or get an agent. Have someone proofread it. That way you know that you don't look like you just threw it off and it wasn't important. And make sure that it's all typed out, no errors. So pretty much that is my advice for your resume. So keep it short, keep it professional, make sure there's no typos, and don't be crazy. Don't do some wiggly, squiggly, crazy font. Make it look professional, make it look, stand out with your professionalism, not with your craziness. All right, guys, thank you so much for taking the time to watch my vlog. Make sure you go to YouTube and subscribe, and specifically subscribe to this playlist. I have a playlist that says helpful tips for actors. So subscribe to this playlist and leave me comments, share this with everyone, and I'll see you next week.